Welcome back to GCC Kids Connection, where we are connecting with each other while you're home from school. We're connecting with some really cool books, and most importantly, we're connecting with God's Word. We're so glad you're here.
Well, hi kids, welcome back to our Wednesday version of GCC Kids Connection. And our story for today is called The Wednesday Surprise. I'm wondering if any of you have ever planned a special surprise, maybe for one of your parents or for one of your brothers and sisters, or maybe a grandparent. Well, in our story today, we're going to find out about a little girl and her grandmother who are working on a very special surprise. It's called The Wednesday Surprise, and it's by an author by the name of Eve Bunting. And you might be familiar with some of her stories. She's written a lot of children's books. But this one is called The Wednesday Surprise. And one of your thinking questions at the end of the story is, why do you think it's called The Wednesday Surprise? So be thinking about that as we're reading the story together. I like surprises, but the one Grandma and I are planning for Dad's birthday is the best surprise of all. We work on it Wednesday nights. On Wednesdays, Mom has to stay late at the office and my brother Sam goes to basketball practice at the Y. That's when Grandma rides the bus across town, and stays with me. I watch for her from the window and I blow on the glass to make breath pictures while I wait. When I see her, I call, "Sam, she's here!" And he says it's okay for me to run down the stairs and wait for her by the door. "Grandma," I call. "Anna!" She hurries with her big cloth bag bumping against her legs. We meet and hug, and she tells me how much I've grown since last week, and I tell how much she's grown too, which is our little joke. Between us, we carry her lumpy bag upstairs. I show Grandma my breath picture, if it's still there. Mostly, she knows what it is. Mostly, she's the only one who does. On Wednesday nights, we have hot dogs. "Have you heard from your dad?" Grandma asks Sam. "Oh, he'll be back on Saturday, same as always," Sam says, "in time for his birthday." "His birthday?" Grandma raises her eyebrows as if she's forgotten all about the birthday. Grandma likes to do that. She's quite the actress. When Sam goes, she says she and I do the dishes, and then we get down to business. I sit beside her on the couch, and she takes the first picture book out of the bag. We read the story together out loud, and when we finish one book, we start the second. We read for an hour, get some ice cream, and then read some more. Grandma gives me another hug. Only 7 years old and smart as paint already. I'm pleased. "You're all going to be so surprised on Saturday," I say. When Sam comes home, we play card games, and then Mom comes home and she plays too. "You'll be here for the birthday dinner?" Mom asks Grandma as she's getting ready to leave. "Oh, yes, that's right, the birthday," Grandma says vaguely, as if she's forgotten again. As if we haven't been working on our special surprise for weeks and weeks. Grandma is so tricky. "I'll be here," she says. Sam walks Grandma to the bus stop. As they're going down the stairs, I hear him say, "What have you got in this bag, Grandma? Bricks?" That makes me smile. Papa comes home Saturday morning, and we rush to meet him with a "Happy birthday!" He's brought Sam a baseball magazine and me a pebble smooth and speckled as an egg for my rock collection. "I found it in the desert close to the truck stop," he said. It was half covered with sand. I hold it, imagining how it feels in the desert hot sun. How long did it lie there? What kind of rock is it? Dad has stopped to pick wildflowers for Mom. They're wilting and she runs to put them in some water. Then Dad has to go to bed because he's been driving his big truck all through the night. While Dad sleeps, Sam and I hang red and blue streamers in the living room. We help Mom frost the cake. We've made Dad's favorite dinner, pot roast, and our gifts are all wrapped and ready. I watch for Grandma and help her carry the bag upstairs. Wow, Sam should feel how heavy the book is now. Grandma has brought a ton of books. We hide the bag behind the couch. I am just so sick with nervousness. Grandma usually has seconds, but tonight she doesn't. I don't either. I can tell Mom is worried about the pot roast, but Grandma tells her that it's very good. Why do you think Grandma didn't eat very much? Think she might be nervous or excited? Are we feeling well, Mama? Dad asked Grandma. How are your knees? Oh, fine, fine. My knees are fine. Dad blows out the birthday candles and we give him his gifts. Then Grandma shoots a glance in my direction and I go for the big bag and drag it out and put it on the table. I settle it on the floor between us. Another present? Dad asks. It's a special surprise for your birthday, Dad, from Grandma and me. My heart's beating awfully fast as I unzip the bag and give the first book to Grandma. It's called Popcorn. I squeeze Grandma's hand and she stands and begins to read. Mom and Dad and Sam are all astonished. Dad jumps up and says, "What's this?" But Mom shushes him and tells him to sit back down. Grandma has the floor. She finished Popcorn, which takes quite a while, and gives the book back to me and beams with a smile all over her face. My goodness, Mom is beaming too. When did this wonderful thing happen? When did you learn to read? Anna taught me, Grandma said. On Wednesday nights, I said, and she took the books home and practiced all week long. You were always telling me to go to classes, 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 Grandma said to Dad. She looked at Mom. You must learn how to read, you would say. So I came to Anna. I giggled because I was so excited. Grandma reads and acts out the Easter pig and the Velveteen Rabbit. It's much smarter if you learn to read when you're young, she tells Sam sternly. The chance may pass you by with the years. Sam looks hurt. But I can read, Grandma. Nevertheless, she takes out another book. Are you going to read everything in that bag, Mama? Dad asks her. He grinned, but his eyes were brimming with tears as he and Mom were holding hands across the table. Maybe I will read everything in the world now that I've gotten started, Grandma says, in a stuck-up kind of way. I've got time, she winked at me. So, Anna, what do you think? Was it a good surprise? I ran to her, and she puts her cheek against mine. It was the best ever, I say. What was the surprise? Well, the surprise sounds kind of unusual to us. Grandma was just now learning how to read. And most of us learn how to read when we're just kids going to school, and that's the best time to learn how to read. But years ago, sometimes kids would have to drop out of school because they would have to work on the farm or work to make money for the family. And my grandfather, for example, he never finished high school. He only went to the 8th grade because he had to stop and go to work. And so many people years ago didn't have the opportunity to learn how to read when they were kids. But in our story today, Anna taught Grandma how to read, and that was the best surprise ever. So I hope that while you are home from school that you are doing a lot of reading at home, because that's the greatest skill that you can be working on. On our activity sheet, there are some good thinking questions there about the Wednesday surprise. And then at the bottom it says, who are these grandmas from the Bible? And I give you some Bible verses to look up and to see if you can figure out who the grandmas were in the Bible. So have fun with your thinking questions and do some reading this afternoon. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.